Running is not just an exercise, it's a cheat code for life. My name is Laith, and over the past decade or so, I've coached probably hundreds and hundreds of people in the area of fitness and wellness and all of that good stuff. More recently, I've picked up running myself, and I did so specifically for 8 reasons that I feel have a massive impact on the quality of my life and the longevity of it. So the base of everything that I'm going to talk about is based on your physical fitness, and the better your physical fitness or the better your health is, a lot of other things start to fall into place. Now, when we look at physical fitness, especially when it comes to any cardio activity, and in this case running, it improves our cardiovascular health, which means our heart health. And the more efficient that is, means that the long-term implications are fantastic. That means we avoid heart issues that we need to deal with and a whole array of other things that we might run into as we get older, in terms of your heart getting weaker as well, and your efficiency of pumping blood around the body becomes a lot more efficient. Now, why does that matter then if our heart is in a good place? Because once that's into place and is working well, then everything else that I'm going to mention now is just going to fall into place, because the healthier your heart is, the healthier other things in your body are. And one of those things that we're looking at is your immune system as well. So the healthier you are, the likelihood of your immune system, and that covers a lot of things within your body, is improved drastically. And you'll notice people that do take care of their health properly in terms of eating right and obviously training properly, they are rarely sick. And when they do get sick, it's rare that it is a sickness that puts them out of commission for a few weeks, a few days, and then they're usually back to normal. Generally speaking as well, when you are kind of getting into that ability to run more, then it helps with your weight control or the amounts of fat that you have on your body. Now, I'm not saying that we kind of run to lose weight, although that is a common misconception, but it does add to your overall activity level, which does require some calories to maintain that. So having to do that helps with managing your weight, and it also creates a nice cascade of different activities that you start to do because you feel healthier. That means you start to eat better, you start to weight train, and your lifestyle starts to change, which makes it more sustainable in the long run. Once that starts to materialize into a healthier body, what starts to happen is your brain starts to function better. So there's more clarity in your thought process, there's more focus, and the ability for you to maintain longer periods of focus is greatly enhanced once the efficiency within your body, that means your heart, how much it's pumping, how fast it's pumping, how strong it's pumping, all of these things are so critical for your brain's function that once you take care of that element of it, and that comes through running, then your cognitive ability starts to improve. And having said that, you look at the cognitive ability of people as they get older, and we go into Alzheimer's and dementia and all of these elements that might affect your ability to use your brain properly. And being fit or healthy via some type of cardio workouts starts to reduce the risk of that, or reduces the impact that has on you as a person as you get older. Now, when you start to get healthier, and if you're overweight, you start to lose weight, or you start to kind of build muscle, it starts to build up your confidence as a person. And you start to see that things that you're able to achieve that maybe otherwise you thought you couldn't, starts to become a reality. And that really does boost self-confidence, which can kind of jump into other aspects of your life, whether it's in your relationship or whether it's at work as well, that these things start to create a beautiful momentum that builds on every aspect of your life as well. Now, the other part is, the more healthy you are, or the more the body is comfortable, the less stress your body has to deal with. And I find, in all honesty, in all of the cardio modalities that I've tried, running is one of the most amazing ones, because it really does impact your stress levels dramatically. And I've talked about this previously, that when you have the ability to run a long distance, and once you're done that runner's high, and everybody that's ran will understand what I'm talking about, it's a feeling that is very hard to replicate any other way. And if you've had a bad day, if you've had a bad day at work, or your kids are driving you up the wall, then when you do any type of physical activity, and specifically running, that amount of stress that you feel after has dramatically reduced. As the body gets healthy and improves in terms of the biomarkers, we start to see improvements in sleeping patterns. That means you go into deep sleep a lot faster. You sleep, the sleep quality improves drastically. And what tends to happen is it closes that loop in terms of the health benefits that you get from being active, and specifically within running as well. So you eat better, you work out, your stress levels go down, which means you sleep better, and that rotation or that loop keeps happening, and it keeps improving over time. The other element that is so critical to health, and we've seen this even with the video that I talked about, the blue zones where people live to 100 years old and above, one of the biggest aspects of why they're able to live is that social connection, that social belonging. And you see that in any community, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's pregnancies, all of these elements, people want to feel connected to other people, and they want to feel that they have something in common with other people. And once we create that community, and a lot of runners either run in groups or run within a community, it starts to build, and it's encouraging. So again, it adds to that loop of health parameters that we're talking about, and kind of builds those habits that become entrenched in your life and becomes very difficult to change later on, which is a good thing. And the reality is if you have the ability to run even for longer distance, it changes a lot of mental aspects that you have. And what I mean by that is the enjoyment that you're able to do something like that is removing a lot of restrictions within your life. You're not bound by your ability to do certain things. You know that things that you thought were undoable now is something that you can do. And it really does break down a lot of barriers when it comes to your personal life as well, your professional life. A lot of things that might have kind of held you back start to open up a bit more. And you think that I never thought I could run a 5K or 10K or 21K or marathon, whatever it is, that you start to think that, well, you know what, I've done this, so that means I can do other things. And this all ties back to that lovely word that I keep using, and it's the longevity. And when we take care of ourselves, whether it's mind or body, the ability for our body to live longer under less strain. And it's exactly like a car. And the more we use it and abuse it, the likelihood of it breaking down earlier becomes higher and higher. So the body is the same thing. If you're able to maintain good health through eating and making sure that you're getting your cardio in and you're doing your strength training, the body starts to work under less effort, if that makes sense. So as you're getting older into your 80s and 90s and maybe hundreds, who knows, your body requires less energy to maintain itself, which is a fantastic thing. Your heart is so strong that it keeps pumping, and it's been trained so well that it has ability to continue on and on. And that's exactly what we're talking about when it comes to being healthy, is to live a better life, higher quality life for a longer period of time. That's ideally what most people are striving for. Obviously being injury-free and disease-free. So having said all of that, it's a lot easier to achieve things as a group than trying to tackle goals and objectives on your own. If you, just like me, see the benefits of running, and I honestly believe in running being the single most important cardio element that you can do, then like I've done before in the previous videos, I'd like to invite you to join me in this journey as I tackle on doing a 21K run. I'm going to provide you with a program for free, completely free. I want nothing in return from you. and you can download that down. And this is the exact same program that I've designed for clients previously that have run a 5K, a 10K, even up to a marathon. And I'm using it for myself to be able to run a 21-kilometer run. So whatever your objectives are, whether it's a smaller distance run, you can still use this, and I'm always available to assist you with whatever you need in terms of your running ability. So download that if you want with the link provided below. See you later, guys, and keep on running.